right. All right. Hey, shalom, Yasharala, shalom. Peace, Israel. Before I get started with this lesson, I got to give all the praises, all the honor, and all the glory to our Heavenly Father and His only beloved Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, and the water, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, for another beautiful day. I'm saying another blessed day here on this planet Idan and the water. Yahweh Shema Shai for waking us up this morning to His Yapa'ah. Beautiful for your family and the water. Yahweh Shema Shai for His everlasting grace, mercy, and favor they have shown to be bestowed upon us here in these last days and the water. Yahweh Shema Shai for the spirit of life. The spirit of life, the breath of life, the Rakakwadash, the Holy Spirit. We have breathed into our nostrils once more, causing us to remember ourselves again here in the land of our captivities. Yahweh Shema Shai for the opportunity to, teach this word into the sincerity and, for the inspiration, the water, Yahweh Shema Shai for my seafoods that apostles and elders of GMS will, and they teach what in the branches that teaches just like them, and peace and blessings to the Bayav Dawodadas of David, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, man, shalom. And so yours truly back on another quick lesson straight to the point. It's on my spirit right now to go into this topic. This is one of my favorite topics to go into. Continue to push the right hand vibration, of the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai. Because we're living in some special times, man. Special times indeed. A time like never before. We're living in historic times. History is going to be made, in our generation. I believe it through faith, because you're about to witness and experience, a lot in this generation for sure. We're going to witness and experience a lot. Things you would have never thought existed, man. It's what you're going to witness. And these are the things we talk about. So these are the strange, miraculous works of Yahweh Shema Shai that we speak of. The water Yahweh Shema Shai for putting it on my tongue for me to speak it, to sing, and, clips like this. And I got a clip queued up, but, it was just on my spirit because, the spirit of war is in the air, man, on all levels. 2026 has started off with a bang, and war talk is just on the tongues of these kings, of these modern day kings, princes, and rulers, man. Your modern day, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Your modern day so-called kings, wars on their tongues, man. And they're preparing. These nations are preparing, man. They're preparing for the inevitable, man. Like, it's inevitable that this thing is going to happen. You see the signs. They making, all kind of leaders making threats to other leaders of other nations. America is a lot of eyes on America right now, bro. There's a lot of eyes on yo Caesar, because he moving like a tyrant. He making moves, mighty moves on the left hand, as they should, because we're living in those times. But guess what? Yahweh Shema Shai is also making mighty moves on the right hand. That's the balance. You see, that's the water Yahweh Shema Shai. That's the beautiful balance. You see, we're coming into a time like never before. You see, so it's like when the king said he's going to help thou worm Jacob, when the Yahweh Shema Shai said, in Jacob's trouble, he shall be saved out of it. In the scriptures, when the Lord said he's going to defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, you know what I'm saying? The Lord promised protection, deliverance for his chosen people, the children of Israel, beginning with the elect, because they're going to need it. You see, and that's what this lesson is going into. It's going to go into, in a time of need. That's when Yahweh Shema Shai is going to show himself. He's going to show his might. He's going to show, his majesty. He's going to show his power. In the earth once again. He's going to, not only is he's going to perform his strange wonders of old, but he's going to also use his holy vessels, which beginning with men, he's going to use his holy vessels, his holy souls, to showcase, you know, his power, his majestic, his majesty, you know, as he did in the days of old, because they're going to need it. You see, because once again, do you not know what the left hand God? These people, no clue. Here it is. It's 2026. It's coming out that these man got all kind of DEWs, direct energy weapons. They got, you know, microwave weapons, bro. The White Witch is getting ready to. I keep saying it all the time. She's yo, she's getting ready to bring everything out in her arsenal, man. This is the war to end our wars. She's gonna bring out everything. All her super soldiers, all her artificial intelligence, everything that she's been building, everything, bro. She knows what time it is. She knows the time she's living in. she knows she's gonna need her weaponry to even have a chance, you know, to go up against the Alahayim, you know, the angels of the Lord in that day, to even have a shot. But Yahweh Shemashah also gave, you know, this devil, you know, the left hand, you know, the left hand, you know, sword, so that, you know what I'm saying, for the final war, you know. But for the right hand, you know, Yahweh Shemashah is going to lift up a standard, because the remnant of Yasharal is going to need it. They're going to need it, you know, because the left hand is going to make it extremely hard for them to survive and live out here real soon. They're going to have total control over everything. Totalitarianism, if I'm saying it wrong. Totalitarianism is, you know, they want total control of everything. You know, everything, you know, and yeah, they're going to come down with great wrath. That's the times we're coming into, you know. So this is the time of war. Oh, and that's right in the book of Ecclesiastes too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what. So let me play this quick clip real quick. You know, see what I'm talking about.
Gohan, listen to me. You can't become a Super Saiyan just by increasing your power level. The power comes in response to a need, not a desire. Son, use the pain of loss.
But how, Dad? I haven't lost anything.
Hey, now here's an idea. Try to imagine that Cell is destroying me and all of your friends.
Wait, Dad, I've never seen Cell.
Well, then picture Frieza instead.
All right. So see, the point of that one is, you know, Gohan, you know, pretty much, you know, the secret, the little secret ingredient for, you know, the Saiyans to tap into that, to such potential, to such power, is, you know, they have to create a need. You know, pretty much what Goku was trying to tell Gohan. It has to be that power is going to come to a response of a need. You know what I'm saying? Not a desire. You check? Even though, let's be honest, brothers desire to have that power. You know? But I'm not going to lie. You see, when I talk to my father, Yahweh Shemashah, you got to be honest. You know what I'm saying? You got to be 100% honest, because yeah, you know, we desire that, of course. You know, how about this? We are the sons of the living power. You know, but the times we're coming into it's that it's going to have to be more than a desire. We're actually going to need such abilities, such powers in that day. You see, and guess what? And then guess what? This is where your faith comes in, because let's not forget, The Lord already showed us little signs, tokens, little hints that this power will come to his chosen ones. The Lord already sent angels down in times past to demonstrate the power of Yahweh Shema Shai. And these, look, man, hey, the top elites on the left hand, they know, because they have the what is it called, declassified or something like that, or you know what I'm saying, I don't know, classified, or I don't know, they got them, you know, what is it, classified information, I don't know, whatever, but they know they know, man, you know. And I speculate that in that day, when brothers get raised up, I really do believe it's going to come to a response of a need, you know. And like I said, in this clip, you know, Gohan had to think about, you know, his family in trouble, or, you know what I'm saying, you know, which is spiritual, because, you know, the left hand is getting ready to come down like a madman, sparing none, man. You know, they're going to come after Jake, come after your families, your children, you know, the essence of life itself is in trouble. You know, it's, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's threatened. The essence of, you know, the left hand is threatening the essence of life. The left hand is literally trying to destroy life itself, man. Like the other day, I looked up and it's like hella chemtrails being spreaded in the atmosphere, man. Left, right, up, down, diagonally, horizontally, vertically. I'm like, bro, what in the world? And then here it is, they want you to take a flu shot. Right? Come on, bro. So I believe through faith that power is going to come in response to a need, not a desire in that day. You know, so let's grab a precept, because Yahweh Shema Shai is truly going to help his chosen in that day, man. You know, thou worm Jacob, Isaiah 41. But Isaiah 41:8 says, but thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend. Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away. See, Yahweh Shema Shai chose the children of Israel. You know, beginning the elect. That's what the Lord is dealing with. Right? Thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy God. I will strengthen thee. Yeah, I will help you. Yeah, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness. And see, scriptures like this in a time of war. Well, yeah, you know, you're going to get nervous because the flesh going to kick in. But then that courageous spirit, Yahweh Dazah, that courageous spirit start to kick in. Joshua, Caleb. You know, the judges, Gideon, Ehud, you know what I'm saying? That courageous spirit start to kick in. You know, Malak Dawadah's mighty men. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. The Maccabees brothers. Right? Verse 11, behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish. Thou shalt seek them, and shalt not find them, even them that contended with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing, and as a thing of naught. Right? For I, the Lord, thy power, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee. Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, saith the Lord, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. Behold, it's the point. Behold, look, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Why is the Lord going to do this in that day? You see? Because thy worm Jacob is going to need that power to defend, you know, not only himself, but, you know, the essence of life, you know, the inhabitants of Jerusalem, the remnant, you know, even the living creatures that has breath, you know, that live under the heaven and upon the earth. You see, the essence of life is going to have to be protected in that day, because the left hand, he's coming with pure death and destruction. Nothing but death and destruction, man. The sword, the red horse, the pale horse. See? They're trying, you know what I'm saying? You know, this is why the Lord is getting ready to do this, man, in a time of need. See? Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff. Yeah, they're gonna. Ooh, when Yahweh Shema Shai, when he does this, when he perform this marvelous work in the earth, man, these mountains and hills, which represents governments, is gonna be made low. They're gonna be brought low, right? Faster than lightning strike. They're gonna fall, man, quick. When the Lord does this, man, when he performs this mighty work. Verse 16, thou shalt fan them. Thou shalt fan them, right? So like, I'm going to read verse 15. It gets says, behold, look, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth. Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shall make the hills as chaff. Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them. And thou shalt rejoice in the Lord, and shalt glory in the Holy One of Israel. See, so when the Lord does this, man, oh, they're going to drink. Oh, what Zechariah said, they're going to drink and what? And make a noise as through wine. They're going to rejoice to Yahweh Shema Shai in that day when power, is restored, to the sons of the living power, man. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 51. So to Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 19, it says, the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. Verse 20, the point, thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. So war is coming at all levels, man. You better believe the left hand. You better believe you hearing all these rumors of these robots, these DEWs, direct energy weapons, all these other weapons that the left hand got. That's okay. The Lord gave that to them on the left hand because the Lord's going to do this on the right. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms, man. You see? So it's the reason why the left hand got such weaponry, in their arsenal, man. They gonna need it. Do you know what I'm reading? Verse 21, and with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. Wow. With thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock. And with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen. And with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers. And I will render unto Babylon, to all the inhabitants of Chaldea, all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, saith the Lord. Behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, saith the Lord. That's Babylon, O destroying mountain. Behold, I am against the O destroying mountain, Babylon, saith the Lord, which destroyeth all the earth. Yeah, because America's the hammer of the earth. They polluting everything, destroying the planet. And the Lord's getting ready to destroy those that destroy the earth. Guess who he's going to use? His holy vessels. He's going to bestow majestic power upon them to perform such a work. You see? Which destroys all the earth, and I will stretch out my hand upon thee and roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt mountain. And they shall not take of thee a stone for a corner, nor a stone for foundation, but thou shalt be desolate forever, saith the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai. Shalom to the elect. Shalom.